Hello students, once again welcome to English Literature Classroom. Today my topic is The Gift of India by Sarojini Naidu. Clear? Let me remind you the name of the book. It's Reverie, a collection of ISC poems. Clear? Before starting, let me tell you something about the poet. Sarojini Naidu, also known by the Nightingale of India, was a poet as well as prominent figure in the Indian national movement. As a poet, Sarojini Naidu was well known for her intensely lyrical pieces such as In the Bazaars of Hyderabad, Palanquin Bearers and Coromandel Fishers. Clear? Now, let me tell you something about the poem. The Gift of India is an anti-war poem. It brings home the idea that war is horrible and destructive. It being the product of hatred only spreads hatred and ill will. It takes a heavy toll of precious human lives. Thousands of Indian soldiers were killed during the First World War. They were fighting on alien lands for an alien cause. They let down their lives fighting fearlessly. Let's start line to line explanation. Is there aught you need that my hands withheld? Rich gifts of raiment or grain or gold. Now raiment, okay? It means garments, okay? Lo, I have flung to the east and the west, priceless treasure torn from my breast. Priceless treasure, okay? It stands for innumerable Indian soldiers. Clear? Now the poem opens in a dramatic manner. The question is met to the British colonial masters who took away many things from India like clothes, grains and gold. But the priceless gift they snatched from the breast of Mother India were the lives of her brave sons, her soldiers who were sent to fight for them in the distant countries of the East and the West during the First World War. Clear? Now, look here. Gathered like pearls in their alien graves. Okay, now the soldiers were as valuable as pearls. Okay, now the soldiers were referred as pearls. Okay, soldiers were as valuable as pearls were killed and buried in graves in the shores of Persia. Soldiers who let down their lives in Egypt were found scattered on sand. They lay dead, their death being signified by pale brows and their bravery by broken hands. Okay, their death is signified by pale brows and their bravery is signified by broken hands. Okay. Now, poet compares the dead soldiers to flowers. Okay, poet compares the dead soldiers to flowers. Clear? That are cut down without any plan and they remain scattered and uncared for. This is what happened to the Indian soldiers whose dead bodies were left unattended on the grassy hills in Flanders and France. Clear? Now, here the speaker, that is the Mother India, asks the rulers if they could ever measure the tears of a grief. Okay, look, can we measure the tear of grief? Okay, can we measure the grief of the tears I weep? The sad vision of the bloods for wavering proclaiming victory. The soldiers died, but they won a decisive victory for their masters. Now, here are the torn red banners of victory. Now the speaker concludes on a neat note of hope. A day is not far when the violent commotion of hate, that is war, would come to an end. Life would be peaceful and normal again. Speaker is hopeful that the bravery of Indian soldiers would be remembered with gratitude. Clear? Remember the blood of my master's son. Up to this much, with this I am concluding this poem. In my next video, I am going to bring something new. Until then, goodbye.